the beginning, there was nothing. And then there was the Drunken Peasants Podcast.
I gotta get a witness. No!
Say, man, you got a joint? No, not on me, man.
I don't have facts to back this up.
It'd be a lot cooler if you did.
That's true.
Sometimes I cry.
Lick my butthole, he laughed.
From the strangest corners of the internet, here to bring you opinions of the world from an altered perspective. Here are your hosts, the Drunken Peasants.
Hello, everybody. It is me. It is Ben here to do a pre-show. This is a pre-show to our live coverage of tonight's debate between President Donald Trump and the former Vice President Joe Biden. We will be watching and reacting to it live on twitch.tv/drunkenpeasants later tonight. And I'm just here to get everyone warmed up. And eventually Billy will show up and we'll get Hannibal and Monty in here. And then we'll be heading over to Twitch. But I'm just here streaming for about an hour. Going to talk to the chat. This isn't an actual show. This is just a pre-show before the real show happens, if that makes any sense. So that's what I'm here to do. Oh, wow. I got to get Billy. One moment. All right, well, I thought I was going to be solo for a while, but I guess I'm not.
You're in my pocket.
Yeah.
Can I please close out? Thank you.
All right, so we'll be streaming here for about 45 minutes or whatever. And then we're going to Twitch, twitch.tv/drunkenpeasants.
It's a big day.
I know. I'm excited. I almost feel like there's about to be like a big fight or something. Like, this is how I feel when like, you know, Floyd Mayweather fights again.
Do we know who's hosting the debate tonight?
It's Chris Wallace.
Huh. Not Joe Rogan.
No. No.
Yeah, should we take
He's
bets
a Fox
on who
News
wins?
guy. You know, I have a poll up. People are probably already going to answer the poll before it even happens. I never understand why people do that, but I know that's going to happen. And it's actually open to the whole public. The poll is open to anyone, not just people on our Patreon.
Not just the special ones.
Yeah. So
Boogie fired a warning shot at Frank Castle. It's insane.
yeah, that's insane. A lot of really weird shit happened. That's one of the things that's really
Bang,
insane.
bang. Don't go to a man's house.
Yeah, I mean, shouldn't go to his house, that's for sure.
See, I've gone to people's houses before, but I'm asking for it. Frank Castle was asking for it. Frank Hassel, my bad. I don't know.
Yeah.
He's not a sweet boy, I'll tell you that much.
No. Did you see the people doing donuts in front of the Space Needle?
Yeah.
Oh my God. It was hilarious and scary at the same time. I have it here.
Were you down there for this?
I was not down there, but I saw it on the news because this was right outside the Como building.
Yeah.
And at first there was just a small crowd, but later on the crowd gets to people. There's people hanging out of their cars.
They started hitting people, right?
Yeah. See how much fun it is in Seattle, guys?
Jennifer Robbins wants to know if we're going to see Adderall shoot out of Trump's nose again tonight.
That would be great. Do you remember the thing shoot out of his nose?
Is that what happened? Was it Adderall?
I don't know what it was.
This is where they smack some people.
Yeah, I mean, they're dumb for standing that close. Look at them all with their phones.
Yo, this is lit, man.
This is going on my TikTok, man.
This is what happens when people risk their lives protesting.
They're not even This has. I've heard that this has nothing to do with the protest.
Well, yeah, of course it doesn't. But this is what happens when people risk their lives protesting, then realize protesting is the fad they're no longer interested in, so they risk their lives doing other shit.
Yeah, I think these were people just trying to do some Fast and Furious type shit.
All these people sat in their house until everybody was like, go outside and fight the police. And now they're like, oh, police are boring. Let's go do some other dumb shit now. We survived the cough then. This is so stupid. Is that your car?
No.
Ben, whose car is that?
It's a totally different kind of car.
Is that Frank Hassel?
Look at him just hanging out.
Yeah.
While, oh my God, they got smoked right there.
Yep.
Damn. Surprised nobody was killed.
COVIDiots.
Holy shit.
Not as fun as the E.
As
the IE? The Inland Empire? Seattle's not whipping like the Inland Empire?
Did you see The Rock's official endorsement of Biden? And he did
Kamala?
an interview. He interviewed them too.
Interesting. I didn't see that.
Yeah. I'll pull that really quick too, so we can see that.
Yeah, that's a good little piece right there. See, everybody is like, Rock, you're a turncoat. You spoke at the Republican National Convention 20 years ago. And
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, but 20 years ago, Trump was a Democrat too.
Right.
So, shut it. I think The Rock has to support Kamala Harris and Joe Biden if he wants to continue playing cops in movies.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. Gotta support the cop. Cop Mala. Maybe he thought it was actual Kamala and Joe Biden was Ted Turner or something. Who's an old guy in wrestling like that?
I don't know.
Sir Alfred Hayes?
Lord Alfred Hayes.
Oops.
He's been dead for a long time.
People are saying Joe Biden's wearing an earpiece tonight and wasn't checked for an earpiece.
People are saying that?
It's
Really?
Trump's side.
People are
That's what I'm
saying
saying.
that. Right.
It's Trump's spreading the rumor that he has... and Trump was like, you got to take a drug test before this.
Why a drug test?
Supposedly he's like Adderall Joe. He's like putting the Adderall on Joe now instead of himself.
Weird. Here's The Rock.
Happy Sunday, everybody. We are approximately...
Okay, I want to point out, he looks so lumpy. He's very lumpy.
It's probably
He's
his
got some
shirt.
big boobs now. Man.
Did COVID give him titties?
I think he has twice the muscle mass he had when he was like 20, 30 years old wrestling.
5 weeks away from Election Day, arguably the most critical election our country has seen in decades. Now, that said, I'm going to be pushing this political conversation just a little bit more. Now, look, I've got friends in all parties, but the one thing that we can always agree on...
Yeah, I would say 20, 30 years old is prime age for building muscle mass. Not 55 or however old he is. I'm guessing he's like 50-something. So, yeah, there's definitely some roids going on.
Is the conversation and the
Not just
dialogue
roids, though.
and where
Like,
that
he's gotta have
conversation lands is
Next
always...
level additives,
Probably.
Yeah, they
most
probably
critical
invented
part.
shit that's roids
Now,
is so far
this is
behind
something
now.
that I've certainly not done in the past, so I'm going to go big. You guys know me. If I go big. So, guys, I had the opportunity to sit down with Vice President Joe Biden and Senator Kamala Harris to talk about a number of important issues that we're facing as a country. I thought it was a great and extremely productive conversation that we had, and as a registered independent for years now with...
See, people have been saying he's a Republican, but I guess he's been an independent recently.
But he did speak at the Republican National Convention, so like
centrist,
he was Republican.
ideologies. I do feel that Vice President Biden and Senator Harris are the best choice to lead our country, and I am endorsing them to become president and vice
So
president.
this is the guy you said should run for president and be president, endorsing Biden. Does that carry a lot of weight with you?
Yeah, because Andrew Yang also endorsed Biden.
Yeah, like pretty much everybody that you wanted to be president is endorsing Biden.
Yeah, and I think it's probably the better idea just because of the cabinet that's going to be put into place under Biden. I do believe that Biden's going to have better people underneath him than Trump will. So when it comes down to that,
there's
Of
those
our
things to
United
consider.
States. You know, this past January, approximately 9 months ago, my old man died, and I didn't get a chance to say goodbye to
R.I.P.
him. but
Rocky.
He always said that respect is given when it's earned. So you got to get out there and you got to earn it with your own two hands. And that was my very first question to Vice President Biden and Senator Harris. And that question is, how will you earn the respect of the American people once you're inside the White House? Here's that conversation.
yeah, I want to see
Hey,
this.
DJ.
He calls him DJ.
Hi.
They call him DJ a lot in this. And by the way, he has all the XFL football team helmets on his shelf behind him and some belts. He's got some belts, but I don't even recognize what they are.
Hey guys, I got to tell
I think
you,
one might be his
it is
Brahma Bowl title.
so good seeing you
like
guys. Senator Harris, it's a pleasure to finally see you and finally meet you.
Thank you. It is a pleasure to see you. I'm a huge fan of everything from Fast and Furious, all of them, to Jumanji. So
I thought, I was like, is she going to say she's a wrestling fan? But she didn't. She
I love the Nation of Domination.
Yeah.
thank you for your work.
You and Farouk
Thank
were
you
fucking
so
awesome.
much. Well, thank you for your work. Let me start off by saying, guys, I've been a lucky guy over the years in my life and my career to have been part of and participated in some real
And I saw a question in the chat. Did he buy the XFL? He did. He did buy the XFL. That's why he has all that.
defining moments. And
For a really
I have
good
never
deal, too.
publicly endorsed a presidential candidate.
A good
or
deal, assuming they get to start playing again sometime soon. I mean, if
I think it was what, 15 million or something.
sure, but for it to be profitable, something like that is going to have to start selling tickets again, which it can't yet.
vice presidential candidate in my life, over my career. So I figured let's kick this conversation off this way by me officially publicly endorsing you both to become president and vice president of our great country.
But I want Kamala to be president, Biden to be vice president again. Can we do it that way?
Thanks,
Oh,
DJ.
that's
Thank you,
fantastic.
thank you,
Oh
Thank
yeah,
you.
she thinks it's a good
That
idea.
Means a great deal to
Incredible.
us, for real. Thank you.
Really. Thank you.
You guys are both obviously experienced to lead. You've done great things. Joe, you've had such an incredible career. You've led, in my opinion, with great compassion and heart and drive, but also soul.
So what are you expecting to see out of the debate tonight? Like, what are you expecting from Trump, and what are you expecting from Biden?
I just want to see who falls off first.
What do you mean by fall off?
They're both like known to trail and say some dumb shit. Like, I'm wondering who's going to make the big gaffe first, because that might tilt them into destruction.
I wonder who's going to go for the jugular first. Like, when is it going to get personal? At what point? Are they just going to come out swinging?
Like, is Biden going to hit him with some tax stuff?
I mean, that's new. I mean, I do think it's seriously fucked up that this president that we have, the president of the United States, pays way less in taxes than I do. I think that's fucked up. I think pretty much anyone watching right now, like, even if you only make like $20,000 a year, you probably paid more in taxes than Donald Trump.
Yeah.
That's fucked up. The supposed billionaire president of our nation. That's fucked up. And he's saying it's fake news. And I'm like, didn't he admit that he didn't pay taxes during the one debate against Hillary? Because she was like, oh, you didn't pay any taxes. He's like, that made me smart. So that sounds like an admission to like not paying taxes.
If it's fake news, he could prove it really easily by just showing like himself, like his opening up his records, right?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Do we need birthers for like taxers now?
I see someone in the chat bringing up that he paid some amount in 2005. Okay, So 15 years ago? I'm talking about since he's been president and when he was running for president.
Yeah. It's fake news, but it's also illegally obtained.
Right.
Fake news that was illegally obtained. Well, which one is it? But I don't know. I like to see them sit down and talk to people that I actually like want to watch them talk to. I don't want to watch them talk to Chris Wallace. I want to watch them talk to Joe Rogan and The Rock. This is what I want to see now. Idiocracy had a few things right.
I mean, they're going to want someone who's going to play it down the middle, and now The Rock is officially endorsed one of the candidates, so he wouldn't be considered anyway.
You and I talked about that in the past and how important soul is, and
unless he rips
Kamala,
up his shirt
I'm going to embarrass you just for a little bit because I'm going to talk a little bit about your amazing experience. And
Chris Wallace was that guy from Fox News that interviewed Trump not too long ago, and Trump got kind of mad because he was really pressing him. So even though he works for Fox, he's pretty fair. His dad is one of the most famous TV journalists ever. He was on I think 60 Minutes back in the day.
Okay.
Mike Wallace.
Yeah, I'm familiar.
Yeah. So
an attorney, a district attorney, a state attorney, a U.S. senator, smart, tough. I've seen you in those hearings, and in my opinion, you are a certified badass.
I'm honored, and thank you for that. That's a huge compliment from you.
You're welcome. Joe, you and I have talked about the relationship that you had with your father. You know, this idea of respect and earning respect that our parents have taught us. My dad always said, respect is given when it's earned. Question I had is, how will the both of you earn the respect?
This is just like a
all the
softball
American people.
I mean, that's all it is. When you endorse the person for president right before you interview them, you know what's coming next.
But this question is a softball question.
Right.
But, like, what are you going to do for the people when you get in the White House? Because I haven't heard a lot of that yet. Is he going to be like, well, we're going to clean up all the orange spray tan that Trump left around? Like, what are they going to do?
They're going to change the curtains.
Once you're in that White House.
By doing what we say we're going to do. By keeping our word.
What is your word?
By leveling with the American people. By taking responsibility. When we fail, acknowledge it. We're not going to be perfect.
Bullshit.
But
what you're going to do when you get in the White House is apologize for failing? Is that how you're going to beat Trump? Are you fucking serious right now?
I think if you go to his on his website, he has his I think he has his platform.
Yeah, but who's going to go to his website? He should be pimping this stuff out live when he has an audience, especially an audience that's here because of The Rock. He was independent for years, Republican back in the day. He's going to bring a lot of eyes to this. They should be given full sizzle right now. It's a softball interview. They should have hard-hitting answers. It should not be
now we just need Jericho to endorse Trump and have Jericho v. The Rock on election day. Winner gets the presidency for their candidate.
Yeah.
Yeah. And loser gets their head shaved also.
responsibility. Say, this is what I'm going to do. This is what I believe. And tell the truth.
And by the way, yeah, I just went to Biden's website, and yeah, here's like a lot of his stuff. Like a lot of his positions and platforms and plans.
Yeah, what one of these would have been a great answer for him to say what he's going to do. Like literally better than, well, we're going to get in and we're going to apologize for our mistakes. That's nuts.
Yeah. This will really trigger the alt-right. Joe Biden's agenda for the Jewish community.
What about the black community? What are they? What is his agenda?
I don't know. Look, there's a whole bunch of them. Muslim Americans. Indians.
What's his agenda for the white people?
He has Indians and Indian Americans.
Nice.
The Catholic community. Oh, he lost me.
Is that the white people?
That's the white people.
LGBTQ.
His plan for opioids is to take them all himself.
That's not the worst plan. Get them off the streets, put them in your own body.
Biden will single-handedly take all of the opioids himself
I'd vote
and
for him
ingest
if
them.
he, I'd vote for him 100%.
He wouldn't last long, but it'd be crazy.
It'd be worth it.
Because the president, he'd be all like slumped over, like.
Yeah, I'd take Kamala after a Biden OD. I would do that, no problem. If Biden did that, took all the opiates. Yeah, I don't know, man. I wish he would have said something better than apologize for all the mistakes he's going to make. That's so
That sounds so
stupid.
basic. But the American people are strong. They're tough. They can take anything if you level with them and tell the truth.
You know, Biden has been unsuccessfully running for president for like 35 years. I saw a clip today of Johnny Carson in his monologue in 1987 making fun of something Joe Biden did running for president even back then.
Man.
He plagiarized a speech from someone else. And Johnny Carson made fun of it. It's pretty fucking hilarious.
And one of the ways we're
I
going to
would love to see like a list of all his gaffes over the last 35 years. Like a video made.
Hopefully you have a lot of free time, you know?
Well, like just you make like a
'Cause
little
there's a lot.
trailer. And what got Joe Biden here today. And then at the end, it's like MAGA. And
Here's
it's like,
another
oh,
thing that
fuck.
blew my mind that I realized about Biden. He had two sons. He had two sons. One of them passed.
Yeah.
The one's name is Bo, and the other one's name is Hunter. Bo Hunter. His kids are Bo Hunter.
Well, Trump originally wanted to name his sons Pussy and Grabber.
Yeah. I just start kissing them. I just keep kissing them.
do it is demonstrate we mean what we say. Our administration, DJ, is going to look like America. It's going to be representative of all of America.
You hear me,
Absolutely,
DJ?
Kamala. How do you feel? How do we earn it? How do we earn it with our own two hands?
Well, you know, to your point, DJ, so
they're both doing it.
It's about trust, right? And as we know, the nature of trust is that, like Joe was saying, and you've said, it's a reciprocal relationship. You give and you receive trust.
Yes.
And one of the foundations of trust is truth. You must speak truth, but here's the reality. Truth can sometimes be really difficult to hear. And for that reason, sometimes people don't speak it. But you cannot have trust if you don't speak truth. You know that as a parent. We know that as parents.
Why
You
are we
have
talking
to
about
speak
truth in 2020?
Yeah, I don't know. They're all over the place.
Why are we talking about truth in 2020? Like truth has been devalued so much. Like, you're not even you're leaning on truth without saying anything truthful. You're literally saying, you know, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna rely on truth. We're gonna tell you the truth. Please say something of substance within that truth, so we can judge you on that.
Yeah.
Don't just tell me you're telling the truth and not say anything. That's fucking stupid.
We've already gotten 11 votes in our debate. Who won the debate that hasn't happened yet poll?
Did Biden win?
Biden is winning.
Thank God.
I mean, there's 11 votes. The poll's open to the public, so people will vote on it. Yeah, even Asterios commented on how the debate hasn't happened yet, and so many people have voted already. I would say wait, and maybe at least until halfway through, and vote.
And
And
as
be
long
honest.
as there is an understanding that it is being spoken not to confront, not to hurt, but to deal with things.
The poll is listed in the description below, by the way, if you want to vote on the poll. The reason we're doing the stream on Twitch is because in the past, YouTube has taken down our stream for covering a live debate, so we're not doing that. We tried to cover one of the Democrat debates several months ago, and whatever network was covering it flagged our stream, and we had a strike for like 48 hours, and then I emailed the people who gave it to me, and they took it back. So
Very rude. Very, very rude. We're trying to be informative. We're trying to help the American people.
well, I
make a
mean, like
huge
it's not like
decision.
we're restreaming like a TV show or something. It's literally the current president and his challenger debating live for the first time. And we're going to be talking over it and probably muting it at certain parts.
And playing like dick and fart jokes and maybe Simpsons clips.
No. No, we will not.
Yeah. Good old Kamala and Joe Biden.
Yeah, the more I hear them talk, the more I'm like, I don't want to hear any of these people anymore. I'm so tired of it already. Like the thought of having to look at Kamala Harris possibly for 4 more years is awful to me.
Will Pence
the way
and
they
her
must
have
be
a debate?
Yeah, they will. They'll probably only have one, but Biden and Trump will have 3.
handled. I think that's
The last time I saw I saw Biden debate the other Democrats, but the last time I saw him debate like solo, it was against Sarah Palin. Or no, it wasn't Sarah Palin. It was whoever was running with Romney. Whoever was running with
Paul
Romney.
Ryan or am I?
Huh?
Was it Paul Ryan?
Yes, Paul Ryan. That's who it was. Yeah, and that was a while ago. So it's hard. He seemed sharper then, but that was quite a while ago. I don't know. His Sarah Palin, that's like fucking Shaquille O'Neal playing basketball against a toddler, you know? It's like...
That's when Biden was sharp, too.
Way sharper than he is now. But history shows he's kind of the king of fucking up in politics. And he's unsuccessfully ran for president for almost my entire lifetime. And I'm hoping for fireworks. I think it's going to be awesome. I'm excited. I almost feel the way I would feel like when Mike Tyson was going to have a fight back in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why.
Or at least it's like an ECW pay-per-view. You're watching it hoping somebody gets bloody.
We'll
Give me them
see.
bloody
Who's the
shoes.
first? Who's going to be the first? If I was Biden, I would go low first before Trump.
What are the chances that we see a knockout tonight?
Define a knockout.
Either one, a jab so hard that it really like swings the polls like 10%, right? 10% in favor of one of the people. Or 2, they get up and knock the other guy out. I think it's possible.
I mean, that would probably cause the aggressive, like in a physical altercation, they'd probably have to drop out of the race.
It's 2020. I wouldn't be surprised.
I hate it when people say it's 2020 just to make their point because they can never explain why it's 2020 matters.
Well, because we keep getting like new additions to the script that are so crazy.
Yeah, I don't know.
This is the craziest season of America
I
can remember.
You know where the debate is, right? It's in Cleveland. Yeah. Yeah. Like it's all of a sudden Ohio, like fucking, it matters. Every 4 years Ohio matters and then it stops mattering again.
Cleveland rock. Cleveland rock. Cleveland rocks. Is Drew Carey going to be there?
I don't think many people are going to be there, right?
Drew Carey lives here in Washington State.
He lives
got
all
a house
over.
up on
He
the
probably lives in
lake.
L.A. too because he hosts, well, at least one time he hosted The Price is Right when they film it
Yeah.
there.
He
so.
owns part of the Sounders.
Sure.
I think Ryan Stiles, his co-star and co-host of Whose Line Is It Anyways, he was also on the TV show. He owns a comedy club up in Bellingham, and that's why Drew Carey bought a place up here on the lake up before Bellingham.
that has to be part of the core of what we do as we go forward, because to your point, we're facing as a country so many challenges, and people are grieving. I mean, people are grieving the loss of life, the loss of jobs, the loss of certainty, the loss of normalcy. And to heal and get through this, we're going to have to be honest about what healing will require.
Yes.
And that's one of the things that Joe and I really do have in common, which is we're motivated by healing, but we know to do that, we have to be honest about what it's going to take.
Yes, absolutely. You know, and to that point, when you're honest with a scenario and people who you care about. And obviously you guys, all of us care deeply about our American people.
They're pretending like they're sitting so far apart from each other because of the coronavirus, but it's only just because Biden is so handsy, you know?
That when you mentioned the word decency, you mentioned the word respect and honesty dealing with this, but it leads right into making progress, but through a humanity. And how important that progress is, but through humanity.
Yeah. Do you think Trump will bring up the creepy Biden stuff?
Man.
That's what I'm saying. Who's going to be the first one to do one of those, you know, like to really go for the jugular?
Hey, Trump, why don't you pay your taxes? Okay,
Right.
Joe, why don't you keep your hands off the little girls?
Right.
At least I grabbed the adults by their pussy.
And thank you for saying that.
Truth and progress through humanity. I like the tie-in there of what Vice President Biden and Senator Harris said about truth.
I forgot
Because
his
as
milky
we all
tits.
seek the
They're
truth,
big,
and as we
man.
all want to do our best to speak truthfully to each other.
That shirt, how the fuck did he even
it's not
get into that shirt?
They had to like sew it on around him.
Right, like around his arms and shit? What?
Confront, it's not to hurt, but it's to make progress. And you know, to me, there's a lot of ways that we as a human race can make progress, but the most powerful way for us to make progress, to me, is through humanity, is through decency. Progress through humanity, progress through decency, through equality, progress through kindness, because kindness matters. I appreciate you guys joining me in this conversation here.
And because
there
of
is
this,
much
Rush
more to
Limbaugh said that The Rock sold out to China.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
When I think of Canadian rock, I think of Rush. When I think of American rock, I do not think of Rush Limbaugh. Fuck Rush Limbaugh. DJ for president. I love DJ. I'm gonna start calling him DJ.
DJ.
You don't want anybody calling you Dwayne.
President Johnson. He'd be the second President John. Or you know what? There might have been more.
I think there were a few Johnsons.
Yeah, there might have been a few Johnsons actually. Jesus Christ.
How many Johnsons can you fit in the tiny little white house?
I guess we'll see. That remains to be seen.
Andrew
Everyone
Johnson,
who's
Lyndon
watching
B.
right now, if
Johnson.
you could please like the stream, that'd be cool. In about 15 minutes, we're going to get Hannibal and Monty in here, and we are going over to Twitch. Twitch.tv/drunkenpeasants. We're going to watch the debate live and comment on it. So if you want to check it out and watch it with us, you can do that. You can vote in our poll, too. There's a poll down below. It's on our Patreon, but you don't have to be a patron to vote in it. So if you want to do that, I just want to get an idea of, you know, what everyone thinks. But a lot of weird stuff is going on. By the way, voting in the poll now, I don't know what that says about you when the debate hasn't even started yet. Because the question isn't who you like more or who you think is going to win the presidency or whatever. It's literally who won the debate. And the debate isn't starting for like a half hour.
You can change your vote though, right? Like it's not final. So
yeah, you can change it.
Maybe they're just voting now to like see who won in their hearts, and then they'll change it to see who won in their minds.
No, I think a lot of people are just going to vote for their favorite now, so they're not even going to, they might not even watch the debate. So, let me see where everyone is.
I'm thinking that this might be Dwayne Johnson gearing up to be the next Democratic candidate. He's coming in now.
So. I think I don't think he's expressed the amount of interest in getting into politics. I don't think so. Anyway, that would make me believe he would run.
He'd probably win though. Like I'm really trying to see a world where Rock wouldn't win. If you smell what The Rock is cooking. Especially as a Democrat. I think he could have ran and won as a Republican. I think he could have ran and won as an independent, but he's right down the Democrats' wheelhouse.
He sold out to China.
So did the Dems. Really, this election comes down to whether or not you want China running your country or Russia. And I, for one, love borscht. But I also love dim sum. So this is going to be very tough for me. I love pierogies. And I love miso. This is going to be a very tough election for me. Yeah, DJ was putting the feelers out. He's been a little more political as of recent.
I do not share the confidence that you do that The Rock would win a presidential election. I'm not saying he couldn't, but I don't see it. I don't see it.
I don't copy the people's eyebrow. My eyebrows just grow that way.
Huh?
People are saying I copied The Rock's.
You do.
No, I don't copy it. That's just how my eyes settle. I have astigmatism.
That's not astigmatism. It's your pose that you do in all of your photos.
I have a lazy eye brow.
No. I do not think so.
It's not my fault. I'm super emotive.
If you were super emotive, you do more than one face in your pictures. No, you don't. You do the same one. Okay, you got two of them then.
I got two, yeah.
You got two of them. The eyebrow one, which you use way too much, and then the weird my mouth is open face. I don't know what that is.
It's my little baby Billy, my bouncing baby Billy.
Ugh, got it. Ugh,
you don't like bouncing baby Billy?
No.
Oh.
No.
King Neckbeard must be looking in a mirror. He said beta face.
Beta face.
Not here.
Suffer and die.
My cum face is like this.
Well, why don't you do more selfies on Instagram with your face like that?
I try.
No, you don't.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard for me to focus in on a photograph and not do that because what I'm doing is I'm looking at the selfie camera.
It's an overall lack of trying.
And I'm trying to focus. I'm like trying to, because I have questionable eyesight, so I'm focusing on the camera when I take the picture, and it just raises my brow when I focus. I'm like, I'm like
I do
Al
not
Bundy.
buy this explanation at all.
I'm like Al Bundy. 4 touchdowns.
Suffer and die. Beta.
4 touchdowns, single game.
People keep commenting on The Rock's boobs, and that was the first thing I noticed when I saw the thumbnail to this video. I'm like, did he get breast implants or something? Have you ever seen those botched, like, men get, like, pec implants to look more muscular than they are, and they're all botched and gross looking?
Yeah.
It doesn't... It's getting past it's almost to the point of ridiculousness.
There's also synthol that they do. They inject, like, this stuff into their where their muscles would be.
That's so messed up.
Makes it look like muscles.
Yeah, if he uses that, that's so weird.
I don't think he uses synthol. I'm pretty sure he probably just has like the peak performance options to him, and he's probably always putting work into his body.
Supplements.
That work. He had Franken-titties when he first broke into wrestling, like the Samoan droop tit.
Samoan droop tit?
Yeah, it's like something Franken-titty. If you ever Google like The Rock Franken-titty, it'll show like his old titties. He had to get like a titty job to tighten up his.
He got a titty job.
Well, yeah, because he had like these droop tits.
That's weird.
Yeah, early on, a lot of people.
Maybe he did get some kind of weird like pec implant or something.
Maybe. I think the extra skin was taken out from the droop tit, but he could have implants. I think he just works hard with the best options to work hard. You know, he's got the formula down, all the extra formulas added in, all the proteins coming in.
He'll be Caitlyn by the end of this decade.
That would be hot. Hi, I'm DJ Tanner from Full House.
DJ Tanner. JD.
JD.
DJ. DJ.
What if you could be in the Illuminati, but you had to?
I could.
You could. You could be in the Illuminati, but you had to titty fuck The Rock. Damn. You'd give up all that power?
Yeah, I don't want it anyway.
Man.
Yeah, steroids cause testicular atrophy. So the Rock's little fellas might be like little raisins.
I mean,
basically.
I bet you they're not. I bet you he's got big old healthy honkers. Looks like.
How do you bet that?
I've talked to a few people.
Yeah,
rock
so
ball enthusiasts. But yeah, that's DJ. He's got big old swingers, is what everybody says. He's got big old Morris chestnuts. That's what they tell me.
Mm-hmm.
That's just what they tell me.
Yeah, such a reliable source.
When you take testosterone, a part of it transforms into estrogen and gives you tits. The Rock's penis is jacked. It can lift 50 pounds.
Wow.
That's a good dong. It's called gynomastia, yeah. You can motorboat those chi-chis. I like to motorboat The Rock. It's my new single.
Your new single?
My new single. I like to motorboat The Rock.
Your new single on iTunes?
Yeah. I put my chin between his skin, and then I motorboat The Rock.
Motorboat The Rock. All right. We're gonna call Hannibal and Monty in a couple minutes here.
Yeah.
And because I don't want to miss covering any part of the debate, we will be live on Twitch immediately following this stream. Immediately.
What time is the debate supposed to start?
6.
Huh.
Yeah.
9 p.m. on the East Coast.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
This is prime time, baby. How long do you think the debate was supposed to last?
It'll be like an hour and a half.
Okay. I like the cha-cha.
Cha-cha-cha.
And there is much more to come. Thank you, The Rock. Thank you, The Rock.
Thank you, Mr. The Rock.
And thank you, the viewers like you.
There, I got him off the screen. People could stop talking about his boobs already.
It's hard not to.
I mean, when they're there, at first I was like, oh my God, he endorsed Biden, and then I'm like, holy shit, his boobs.
He endorsed the Wonderbra. The Wunderbra.
Das Wunderbra.
Do you think Germany did like Disney did with Walt Disney, and they got Hitler on ice over there, ready to unfreeze him at a certain point in time?
Oh, I thought you meant Hitler on ice, like Disney on ice.
Oh, I guess Disney does do that on ice too.
Yeah.
I thought they did.
So like figure skating Hitler.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'd watch out of curiosity. But they have the theory that Walt Disney is cryogenically frozen.
Yeah, I've heard of it.
I just wonder if Hitler is also frozen, and one day they'll let loose and they'll work together.
I like the Hitler figure skating idea better.
Yeah, no, I think I did stumble on something brilliant there when I said Hitler on ice without knowing it.
Yeah, Hitler on ice. Yeah, all right. Let's call these two guys.
Everyone who commented on the Rock video all talked about his enormous muscles. Did Rush Limbaugh talk about? I thought Rush Limbaugh died.
No, he just has like cancer, lung cancer.
I wonder who's closer to death, Rush Limbaugh or Artie Lang?
Probably Rush Limbaugh, because Rush Limbaugh has like inoperable lung cancer, and Artie Lang doesn't have any terminal illnesses.
Good.
They're not answering yet.
Oh, great. There's one thing I can say about Hannibal and Monty is
here they are.
I never know if they're going to answer.
They answered. They answered.
They did
They're
answer?
Here. Yeah, here they are.
Thank God. I was so worried we'd be without them.
How would you be without? Well, you got me at least. I don't know where Hannibal is.
He was in the chat just a second ago, and I was like, I'm calling you in 10 minutes.
Yes. Well, I'm here now. What's up, Ben and Billy?
What's up?
Welcome.
So are you ready for Trump and Biden's shit show?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. This, I'm gonna be honest. This is the absolute last thing I wanted to do, but I will do it with you guys.
Okay.
So let's get into this shit.
Let's get into it.
I think it's gonna be great.
Yeah. It's gonna be interesting. I'm gonna be talking shit about both of them the entire time.
Yeah,
So,
I'm really not a fan of either one.
I'm going to give every possible opportunity for me to like Biden tonight. I want Biden to prove the world that he's a worthwhile human being. My eyes are up here. Dwayne The Rock Johnson, 2020. Thank you, hypothesis.
Oh, man. Hannibal told me he knew what time we started. And that
I talked to him. He knew what time.
He was in the chat. You could see him say,
I'm
okay.
gonna text him.
Maybe he had to run and go take care of some business.
He shouldn't have. Like, let's see. I'm texting him now. We are up. Let me turn my ringer off so that doesn't happen again.
Doesn't he usually like say he was waiting for us the whole time?
Yeah, who knows?
He's always like, I've been waiting the whole time, and we're like, oh shit. Now
Look,
we feel like buffoons.
Hannibal World is a weird place. Like I've been friends with this dude forever. It's a weird place in Hannibal World. I don't understand, but shit happens to this dude. Like something might have gotten struck by lightning right before you called. I don't know.
Well, in a minute, whether he shows up or not, I'm going to make the move over to Twitch.
Yes.
So, and hopefully
he'll be in here.
Yeah, he'll jump in eventually. And by the way, to everyone who signed up to be a patron and donated on Streamlabs and everything, thank you so much for helping support the show and keep things going. And we're moving. Basically, we're going to do this episode over on Twitch, twitch.tv/drunkenpeasants. We're going to go over there in 1 minute. And so everyone should go over there. And now Hannibal's here.
Yes.
There we go.
Look, what's going to happen? His audio's not going to work, right?
Yes.
Let's take a guess.
Nothing got struck by lightning. He's good. He's good. No, like imagine the worst thing possible, and something worse than that happened to him, like all the time. Yeah. And it's always real. It really happened.
Well, he's in the call. It's just total darkness. All right. So I'm going to mute you guys, and we're going to go over to Twitch now, and we'll get everything sorted out once we get over there. So we're going to Twitch, twitch.tv/drunkenpeasants. If you don't see the Twitch stream, I'll upload it here tomorrow, and you can see it tomorrow. But I encourage all you guys to go to Twitch and follow us there, by the way. Twitch allows us to do the debates as far as I understand, so that's what we're doing. We're going over there now. See you there.
Goodbye.
In the beginning, there was nothing, and then there was the Drunken Peasants Podcast.
Drunken Peasants, Drunken Peasants, Drunken Peasants, Drunken Peasants. From the strangest corners of the internet, gonna get TP'd by Billy and Ben. You know where you can find them at. Get ready, cause they're gonna kick your... Drunken Peasants, Drunken Peasants, Drunken Peasants, Drunken Peasants.